Hello, my lovely students. How are you today? Welcome to my channel, Learn with Tea. Today, we are going to be discussing a very beautiful poem, Woman Work by Maya Angelou. Before we start with the poem, let's have a brief introduction of the poetess herself. Maya Angelou was born in St. Louis on 4th April 1928 and was raised in a segregated rural Arkansas. She was a poet, producer, playwright, actress, author, civil rights activist, and director, and historian as well. She has served in Wake Forest University in North Carolina as a professor of American Studies. She has joined that university in 1981 and she has published many best-selling books and numerous magazine articles, which has earned her the nominations of prizes and awards such as Pulitzer Prize and National Book Award. She passed away on May 28, 2014. Although the poem Woman Work is quite short and uses simple everyday language, Maya Angelou explores complex themes in her poem Woman Work. She has explored the theme of slavery. She was a black woman and an American citizen. So, slavery is one of the theme in her poem Woman Work. Then ownership is one of the theme. Work, a woman is considered to be the primary careholder of a household, and she is supposed to take care of all the chores at home and manage the home. So the woman work is basically, as it is reflected in the title of the poem as well, the work woman work is the main theme of the poem, as rest is also one of the theme. Then women's expectations and women's strength and nature, these are some of the themes which have been discussed by Miss Angelo in her poem Woman Work. If we look at the poem and have an overview of the poem, we can see that it is a lyric poem and it is consisted of 30 lines. The first person perspective has been used in the poem. The rhyming scheme which we observed in first 14 line is A, but after line 14, that rhyming scheme has changed. The first 14 lines are about, if we read the poem, we will see that the first 14 lines are about the chores a woman has to complete daily. And from line 15 to 16, we will see that the poetess is requesting the nature's element to help her. And last four lines are about her ownership, or a woman's ownership of the nature's element. Poem, during first 14 lines, poem is very fast paced, but its pace slows down after line 14 and becomes a little slower. The literary devices which Miss Angelo has used in woman work are anaphora, syntax, alliteration, contrast, personification, imagery of nature, and assonance. So let's start with the line by line explanation of the poem Woman Work. I have got the children to tend, the cloth to mend, the floor to mop, the food to shop, then the chicken to fry, the baby to dry. I got company to feed, the garden to weed. I have got shirts to press, the toast to dress, the cane to be cut. I gotta clean up this hut, then see about the sick and the cotton to pick. Before starting with the line by line explanation, let's have the look at the devices which have been used over here. I have tried to simplify it by giving the colors over here. Like you can see the repetition of word the and to over here. Whenever a word is being repeated to give more stress and meaning to any writer's work, it is called anaphora. This device is called anaphora. So the and to are being repeated over here again and again. So this is anaphora. Then rhyming scheme, if you look at the rhyming scheme, the first line, if I read the first four lines again, I have got the children to tend, the cloth to mend. These two last words, tend and mend, have the same rhyming sound, so rhyming scheme is AA. Then the floor to mop, the food to show. So this is not the same sound as like tend and mend, but different sound, but has the same rhyming with each other, mop and shop. So it is. These are first 14 lines of the poem, and if we like look at first four line and then the next four line, we will see that the same rhyming scheme is being followed over here as well. Like if I read line number 5, then the chicken to fry, the baby to dry. Now, fry and dry, if we considered it as so the both have the rhyming sound A. Then rhyming scheme A. Then I got company to feed, the garden to weed. Again, feed and weed, not the same as fry and dry, but they are rhyming with each other, feed and weed. So we can give the rhyming scheme B over here. So it goes on, and this rhyming scheme is going to be repeating itself from line 1 till 14. So let's start with the explanation now. I have got the children to tend. So who is the primary caretaker of the home? Obviously the woman. So it is her responsibility to take care of the children, to feed them, to take care of their cleanliness, to take care of their studies, to take care of their whole day routine. So it is considered that a woman is responsible for taking care of the children. So she is basically the poetess. A woman is basically telling you that she has to take care of her children. Then the clothes to mend, she has to take care of the clothes as well. There is any like damage to some clothes, so she has to mend those clothes. Then she has the floor to mop, she has to clean the house, she has to go to the market to shop for the food. Then she has to come back to the home and cook that food. Then the chicken to fry, the baby to dry. She has a small baby at home and she has to like take care of that baby as well. She has to give that baby the bath and then put some clothes on that baby. And if that baby has like get self dirty, so she has to clean that baby as well. She has to clean that baby as well. Then if there is any guest, so those guests will be greeted by her, and those guests, she will be the host, primary hostess, and she will be responsible to feed those guests. Then the garden to weed, I have got shirts to press. She has to take care of her garden as well. And if there are some clothes to iron, she is responsible to press those clothes. Then the toes to dress. Toads are the toddlers. So she has basically mentioned the care for the children, I guess, three times over here, like the children to tend, then baby to dry, then toad to dress. So she is basically responsible for taking care of the child. Whatever the need a child has, the woman is considered to be the primary caretaker of that child. Not only just the child, but the overall household is under her charge. So she is basically the manager at home, and she is responsible for managing the house and taking care of all the chores, all the tasks of the house. Then again, when she is taking care of all these chores and tasks, still she is usually being asked that what you do, what is your job. You stay at home. I guess it is kind of an assumption that she only sleeps and rests all day. She has nothing to do all day. So this is basically a general assumption about a housewife or a woman who does not do like a job or something, but stays at home and take care of the house and all household tasks. So it is kind of an assumption, and she is often accused of like taking rest all day and not doing anything and not contributing into the household, even though she has to do a lot of work which are not seen by other people, that she is doing those work. So she is doing a lot of work all day. She is taking care of the children is not an easy task. She has to be patient with the child. can create a lot of mess. A child can create, like children cannot take care of themselves, so some adult has to take care of them. So a woman is considered that she is that adult who is going to be taking care of that child or children. A person has to be very patient with them, and still if a person who is doing all these chores and all these tasks and still being considered as a person who does nothing all day, just rest and sleep, so it is kind of, I guess, very tiring for that person who is actually managing a household for you, or for another person, for her husband, for her children. So she has to do a lot of work. She has to tend to the children, mend the clothes, mop the floor, shop for the food, and then cook that food, and then there is a small baby she has to take care of, and then she has to feed the guests if there are any guests, and she has to take care of the garden as well. If there are any weeds are growing, she has to take care of that too. Then she has to press the clothes and take care of the small children, the toddlers, and then the cane to be cut. She gotta clean, I gotta clean up this hut. She has to clean up the house as well. Then see about the sick. Again, sick can be some adult or a child over here, so she has to take care of the sick person as well, and she has to do all these things even though she herself is not feeling well. So she has to take care of all these things and still be a very underappreciated person, I guess. So you can see in all these lines, in all these 14 lines, we can see she has told us about so many tasks which a woman has to take care of on daily basis. Now let's see what she is telling us in next line. So these are 12 lines. Again, before starting with the line by line explanation, let's have the machinery which has been used by the poetess over here, the devices, the literary devices which have been used by the poetess over here. Let's see. She has used alliteration. As I have explained it earlier in my other videos, that alliteration is basically the use of certain words which have same consonant sound, like consonant sound or consonant in them, like as in shine and as in sun, then rain and rain. So then she has also made use of some different punctuation marks, like for example she has used comma and full stop and comma over here again. So this is basically syntax which she has made use of. Then personification has been used over here. Personification, like she is commanding the elements of the nature to help her out, like she is commanding over here to she is commanding storm over here to blow on her, and then she is asking the wind to help her to float across the sky, and then she is asking snowflakes to cover her with white and with cold icy kisses. So she is basically giving commands to certain elements of the nature. This is personification. Then she has used contrast. Contrast, like storm and wind, they are basically the representation of violent forces. Like you can see storm, blow me from here, and she is asking the fiercest wind to like help her float across the sky. Now if you see that storm and wind both are representative of violent forces of the nature, but float and rest are the words which don't have that violent nature in them. They are very what do we call it, smooth and slow. So storm and wind are a representation of the fast thing, the violent thing, but the float and rest are the representation of slowness in it. So these are the contrast she has used over here. So let's start with the line by line explanation of these lines, these 12 lines. Now she is requesting the elements of the nature to help her out. Like she's asking, shine on me, sunshine, rain on me, rain, fall softly, dewdrops, and cool my brow again. Now she is asking sunshine to shine on her, and rain to rain on her, and dewdrops to fall softly on her and cool her brow. So she is asking the element of the nature to help her out and help her to get a bit of rest or help her drain the tiredness she has been feeling from all the chores she has been doing a whole day. So she is asking the element of the nature to help her. And then she is asking storm, blow me from here, and with your fiercest wind, let me float across the sky till I can rest again. So she is asking the winds of a storm that to help her float across it. Even though storm and the stormy winds are very violent in nature, but she is asking a violent force to and help her to get to that area of the sky where she can like float and get a bit of rest, because she is not getting rest on land. So she is asking the wind to fly her on the sky and to get to help her in getting that rest which she basically requires at that time. So fall gently, snowflakes, cover me with white, cold icy kisses, let me rest tonight. So same thing she is doing over here again. She is asking snowflakes. First she has asked the sunshine, then the rain, then the dewdrops, and then she has asked the stormy winds, and now she is asking the snowflakes to help her, to cover her with white, and then cool her brow with coldness so that she can rest and help her in draining away all the tiredness she has in her body because of all the work she has done throughout the day. Okay, so another tool has been used over here, another literary device has been used over here, and that is assonance. Assonance is basically the same vowel sound which poet or writer poets and writer use in their writing to give more stress or meaning to their writing. So here, Miss Angelo has used O sound like ocean, glow, on. So the same sound, same vowel sound has been used over here. So whenever the same vowel sound is used in any writing, that tool of the writing or that device, literary device, is called assonance. So let's read these four lines. Sun, rain, curving sky, mountain, ocean, leaf, and stone. She has used imagery as well over here, like sun, rain, curving sky, mountain, ocean, leaf, stone. All these are the natural elements, nature's things. So she is basically using the imagery of nature over here. Star, shine, moon, glow. You are all that I can call my own. So she is saying that only you, only these natural elements are the one which basically takes care of her. The people on the earth are basically using her like slave. See, like stone and own word has been used over here, so they are the representation of the slavery basically. So she is basically implying that by doing all those work and those chores which she has been doing whole day, nobody is acknowledging those chores and even accusing her of just being a very lazy person and taking rest all day, staying home at home and taking rest all day or enjoying herself. So this is the accusation which a woman faces every day. If you like observe the housewives have to listen to these type of sentences, like, what do you do all day? You take rest all day, what do you do all day? So these type of talks every day. So women's work is very underappreciative. They are taken for granted, and they are taken for granted every day. Their contribution into the household is never acknowledged and never appreciated. So these are the points which Miss Angelo has basically highlighted in her poem Women Work. And she has also added the element of slavery, because that was also the factor which was being faced by the black people of America at that time when she has added those elements in her writing, which is reflected in her poem Woman Work. I hope that you have enjoyed the poem. The poem is very beautiful, very simple language has been used, but a very deep meaning has been conveyed by Miss Angelo through that poem. Thank you very much. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Bye.